What were you dying to know more about this year? Well, Google is out with its list of top trending searches for 2016. We've got Alex Hunnings from Google Canada with a full broadcast first breakdown. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning.
I love these lists. I just find it's such an interesting look into what we are all united by. And sometimes it's surprising, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Canada's top trending searches for 2016. No surprise, guys, shout it out. Donald Trump. Whoever said that, you are right. Top search.
Yeah, so of course, as you mentioned, not surprising. Somebody we knew a little bit about in a lot of ways as a real estate mogul, as someone of The Apprentice in 2015. 2016, he's taken on a whole new look, and he'll be the president in January. So not surprising. He's also the top search in the U.S. and many other countries around the world.
And we saw, of course, he made the cover of Time as a result.
Yes.
And it's just week to week, there's always something new. I mean, yesterday it was him posing with Kanye West. It never ends.
That's true.
Up next, Pokemon Go was Canada's top trending search for 2016. It was huge.
It was huge. I mean, this past summer we saw people walk around the city of Toronto and cities across Canada and the world looking for Pokestops. I mean, this is one of these phenomenons that's sort of similar to Star Wars in the ways that it's kind of across generations. So when this came out, a certain generation said, what a throwback. And then a new generation could get on board with smartphones. So this was a really neat, like, augmented reality app. And we
has it petered out, though? I feel like it has.
I would venture to say that it is less popular for sure, yes.
Okay.
It is also colder.
Toronto Raptors, because they were red hot, made the top third search across Canada.
Yeah, so a really unprecedented season. They lost to the Cavs, as we all know. It was really tragic, but a huge moment for Toronto and a huge moment for Canada. It's great to have these moments and these teams that the whole country can get behind.
I love that, too, because we really only have them. So it's the one time, rather than you always hear about, oh, the West hates the East, and, you know, Vancouver doesn't like Toronto. No, we're all behind the Raptors. They are Canada's team, right? Okay, top trending Canadians for 2016. Topping the list, Drake Drizzy. Speaking of Raptors, he's the ambassador. Goes hand in hand.
He sure is. Now, here's a guy who I would characterize as very ambitious and somebody who knows how to keep himself relevant. So whether he's the ambassador for the Raptors, or he's dating or not dating Rihanna, you know, or he's releasing an album, or there's a meme where he's sitting on everything. Here's a guy who in 2016 kept reappearing in different incarnations. He just opened a flagship store for his clothing brand in New York. So, you know, Drake keeps himself relevant, that's for sure.
As does Celine Dion. She came in second. How come?
So, sadly, Celine Dion's husband, as people may know, passed away this year. Celine Dion is somebody who really is a national treasure. She's somebody for decades and decades has stayed relevant, whether she's in Vegas, whether it's about her personal life. You know, Canadians, this data really shows that Canadians really care about what's happening at home, and we care about our own talent, our own celebrity. And Celine Dion is one of those who will go down as being sort of one of the most epic celebrities of our time.
I feel like as much as she's world-class talent, you feel like you know her, and it's so intimate when she speaks in interviews or when she performs on the stage. And she took us through the journey of Renee as he was getting, you know, more and more ill. And so we really did mourn with her at the loss of her husband and the father to her children. So another unfortunately sad story, but he's been so strong in his battle with brain cancer, is Gord Downie, and he comes in at number 3.
Yeah, you know, Gord Downie, the tragically hip, we saw in August, we saw that moment in August at the Kingston concert, the last concert for the tragically hip, was another, so that was streamed on YouTube, and it was watched by millions of people, and that was a moment where Canadians could also gather around, watch as we saw this band, who has really become a symbol of many things, Canadiana, play their last show. And this was a really epic moment, especially in Canadian media, and I think a really exciting moment for Canadians.
He's a true inspiration in so many ways, absolutely. Yeah. And there's so much more information. Where do we access the rest of the list?
So you can go online today. If you just type in year-end search, you'll see all the rest of this information, and you'll see a lot of surprises and some neat information.
Okay, I'll say we didn't even get to half of it, so thank you so much, Alex. Right now we're going to go to Need to Knows with Kev.